Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to a deck that is very near and dear to my heart recently. I just came up with this one a couple days ago. As the name suggests, this is going to be putting small objects into small spaces. This is a CC deck. So we'll start off. Dilemma is mostly just to keep it one CC alive. Usually you're trading one for one with Dilemma, because you're playing it on a unit and then sinking a CC into it without losing the CC. That's the point of Dilemma. Middlesex is just a very decent cheap card. It's not super important, but it allows you to not die to a lot of annoying stuff. It also sets up forward observers pretty well. MONTY is just a really good delay tool. It's hard to complain about it, especially in a deck where we're running 3 honeys. We really want that cycle. Land girls, naturally. Now here we get to the meat of the CC deck, CC archetype. We got Salpa Line. Now this card looks incredibly mid, but it's actually the only reason this deck works, along with Uusimaa. But Uusimaa is more so the reason to play this deck. It doesn't make the deck work. This is going to make your CC actually stick on the board instead of being wiped by everything. Kitty Hawk is really great actually in this deck. It's very low to the ground, and it'll kill something that wants to trade with your CC. It's anti-aggro, it's value, it's burn if you really want it. I've gotten a couple wins by playing the burn, 2 damage to face. Order of the day is where the sort of quantity of CCs come from. The actual text of increasing the cost to target the CCs is a little upside. It probably doesn't justify the actual cost of the card, but you need a density of CC in order to make the CC deck. I've found either like 3 copies of Salpa Line and 4 copies of Order of the Day is doable, but you really want to fit as many CC into the deck as possible, and Order of the Day is the best way to do that. MI5 is also very good in this deck with Honey, and it's for a sort of vague reason. Basically, you just want to make sure your opponent doesn't draw the answer to your board on time. It isn't necessarily to deny a draw, or it does do that, but the point is that if their board clears card number 27, if their board clears card number 25 and you play 2 MI5s during the game, now it's card number 27, or draw number 27, I should say. And that gives you 2 extra turns to find Uusimaa and get lethal. Number 3 Commandos is very good in this shell because it is very low to the ground. I think this deck has only 5 units in it that have more than 3 attack, and we'll get to those. But it is very good at making your CCs not die, and it's hard to play around. It's a removal check for a lot of decks where they really need to spend the removal on your CC. Alright, and finally we get to the meat and potatoes of this deck. The reason this is so powerful, at least right now, is Uusimaa. Uusimaa makes your CCs deal 4 extra damage to the HQ. Now, it's hard to really understand it until you see it in practice, because this card has better scaling than Blitzkrieg. This card is basically a better Blitzkrieg. It's also a CC generator. If they can't remove it, you're just going to be crushing them under value of Death Touch units. And if they don't, if you set it up, if you get a full front line, say 5 CC units, if you play 1 Uusimaa, that's 25 damage to face. If you play 2 Uusimaa, it's 45 damage to face. If you somehow get 3, which is actually possible on this list, with Rescue Mission and Sherwood, that's, I think it's 65 or maybe 70 face damage. Anyway, it scales ridiculously. You really only need one Uusimaa in order to win, so having 2 plus all of the recursion tech in this deck makes it really easy to keep this win conditional alive. We have 1 copy of Rescue Mission, and this card doesn't seem like it would be great in a sort of token deck, but it's such a committal countermeasure that you can't just play it willy-nilly. You really want to set up a turn where you know one of your important units is going to die and you need 2 copies of it. Like just dry playing Uusimaa into Rescue Mission on turn 7 is like very acceptable, because they either kill it and you get 2 of them, or they don't kill it and now you just have Uusimaa on the board and then you win. But you really want to be careful about how you play it. I feel like that's a given, but it's something to know. Forward observers. So the thing about CCs is that they're 1/1 tokens with Death Touch. So they're very good into quality units, good into high stat, expensive units, and really bad into wide boards. So this deck packs a lot of AoE specifically to just chew through wide boards and let you take the front line. You can use it as sort of a pseudo removal for a lot of problem units, especially by chaining more than one together. There's plenty of them to just toss these things out like candy. Forward observers is your premium removal here. The White Death is also a premium removal. You really want to be playing White Death into something where you're probably getting lethal off of White Death, which is a hilarious thought. But it does often happen. It is very good at what it does. I'll say that. Blockade is basically just 2 extra copies of Forward Observers, but slightly worse. You can probably switch out Blockade for anything, but I prefer Blockade to Carpet Bombing just for the credit decrease. It feels a little more in line with the tempo. Not the tempo, but the curve of the deck to go for 2 Blockade. And that 1 damage doesn't mean a whole lot when you're going to be playing 2 Blockades, 2 Forward Observers, and a wave after wave. Spitfire Mark 5 PL is a very interesting pick in this deck, and it deserves the slot. It competes with 1 card directly. It competes with, let me think, Tiger Moth. The sole purpose of this card is to give one of your CCs a +1 attack, so that it can get through heavy armor guards, or heavy armor units in general. And there's 2 cards, Spitfire Mark 5 PL and Tiger Moth. Tiger Moth is half the cost and can scale better off of cards like Salpa Line, but I think the 5/6 fighter body gives you a lot more utility and pressure rather than just making a slightly bigger CC that gets removed anyway. So I do value the bigger fighter body over the Tiger Moth. Wave after wave is just a better blockade, a better Forward Observers. It's just a big one. You have plenty of cheap orders to play into wave after wave. It's not a big deal. And Sherwood Foresters is really the underdog of this deck, because what ends up happening is you can sort of use it as a pseudo infinite value glitch, where you're going to be sacrificing your draws in order to make more Sherwood Foresters. As long as you have 2 Sherwood Foresters, 1 in hand and 1 on the board, you're going to be able to generate infinite 5/6 guards, which doesn't sound optimal, but it does have very niche use cases where the opponent has a really hard time dealing with them, or you're trying to prevent fatigue, which is a really funny use case that actually won me a game. And another thing about it is it's very good at creating another problem unit for the opponent. If your enemy has to play around 3 number 3 commandos, or 3 Uusimaas, or 3 Spitfires, it's going to be a lot more difficult for them in that specific matchup, if that's what matters. And sometimes it does. Another way you can do it is if they play, like, I forget what the card is. It's the Soviet 1 credit that spawns the light infantry in a blast. You can just copy their light infantry, and now you're denying them draw for a token. Very cute tech. Just whenever you already have the board and you need to lock down the position. It's a little win more, but sometimes win more is what you need to pull off a combo. So I would not undervalue it. Anyway, let's get into the matches. Alright, now, a Soviet deck is... I hesitate to say ideal, but it's definitely not your worst matchup at all. Basically, there's two sort of situations. Either it's tokens, which is annoying but very doable with all of your AoE damage, or value. I'm probably going to get rid of a number 3 commando in one of these honeys, just because I like having Honey and Monty in my starting hand, and Forward Observers is cute if it isn't a token deck. Middlesex is great here for that Forward Observers, and I'm just going to play it on turn 1. Grabbing an Uusimaa here is nice, but I really need my CC density off of Order of the Day or Salpa Line. I'm really only ever comfortable playing one Uusimaa dry. Okay, there's the Order of the Day, and I feel very comfortable now. This looks like it is not a token deck, and instead just regular value. Alright, so this is the one packing a lot of spot removal, which quite frankly is terrible into the CCs. Because eventually they're just going to run out of material, and it's a really bad place for them to be. I can very easily just move these up, and Uusimaa next turn is pretty lethal if I can get it. I'm thinking about putting this garrison down. I probably will, just in case I want to Forward Observers next turn. I don't know why I would, but I can. I would really, really like to get a Salpa Line. If I can get Salpa Line into Uusimaa, I would be very happy. See, the text of Order of the Day actually came in handy there. And I think I do White Death here. And I'm actually gonna Monty as well. I'm not sure about that. I think I'm gonna have the opportunity to kill this 0 next turn. So I feel fine about playing out the Uusimaa next turn without Monty. Okay, he wants to face race, which is a really bad idea. Save Uusimaa. That is not a guard unit. And this is suddenly a big problem for him. I'm just gonna Monty this right now, because he's dead next turn. Okay. I can double Forward Observers next turn, but he can also Monasteer next turn. And I'm not super stoked about that. So I think just going with the safer play of Salpa Line into moving forward with the CCs. I just want to do something like that, and you know, the dilemma, honestly, it doesn't feel terrible to play on the 0, just in case. I don't want my Uusimaa to die, and I think that actually allows me to frontline it. In case you're unaware, this is 5, 10, 15, 20 damage to face, if I'm able to connect with it. So he either has Monasteer here or he loses. Okay. Hmm. I'm fine playing Salpa Line here. I'm just gonna clear and start hitting face with these. I'll take the face damage if he really wants to race this. Okay, and this is lethal. Pretty funny, methinks. Alright, moving into the next game. Here we've got a Germany list. Now these are also very flip-floppy. Typically I have a very good win rate against German lists, unless they're doing something really weird. You know, the remove archetype, or they're playing a lot of board clears like Crossfire and Capitulation and Leopold. Then I can have some trouble. But I think this is a very okay hand. I always debate keeping forward observers in my starting hand, but I think German aggro is generally so defense heavy that I can live without it. Or rather, it wouldn't do me much good. Spitfire is great here because Germany does have the potential to play some heavy armor units that I want to get rid of. I'm going to go for a Honey here. I can greed this out because he's not doing anything. This deck doesn't typically get a fast start, so it's pretty okay just to do nothing. Okay, so this is going to be a Convert Burn deck. I'm happy playing that. He does not respect the hustle. He's going for it. He does not care. He thinks he can just burn me out. Is he reading the text of the SISSI? Interesting. I'm just going to be playing Salpa Line and moving everything up. It's not his draw. If I get Uusimaa here, he kind of just falls over. He has to somehow answer this because I can kill whatever he puts down. And that Makura is kind of sad. I'm very comfortable playing Honey here. I'm not giving him a Crossfire here. Unless he plays like, I don't know, not a whole lot. He's going for the Honey. Okay. Oh, he's not going for the Honey. Okay, I get my healing off this turn, and that sets him back quite a bit. We'll definitely go for the Land Girls here. And Capitulation is actually coming up, so I'd rather go for number 3 Commandos instead of my big high roll Salpa Line here. Because I'm not particularly threatened. He just let me get a lot of healing off. Well, a lot is relative. 3 is a lot. to me. That's nasty, but I can always draw Salpa, not Salpa Line. What's the card name? Uusimaa? I think I do frontline that. I'm just gonna pressure him with some trash. Okay. Now this is surprisingly fine. Oh, that's such a shame. And then I'm actually just going to do that because this sets up lethal. Okay. Into a... Oh, okay. So he's going to get his little burn off. Okay, he is lethal. The funny thing is that if I had played, I think like, if I had gotten an MI5 that game, I would have had lethal. Uusimaa was one draw away from winning. It's a shame. These things happen. I'd say Burn is a worse archetype for this to come up against. But typically Burn is very decentralized. It's either aggro or that weird Navy Burn that not a whole lot of people play. Because that Navy Burn sort of just loses into the meta control decks right now, it's not great. So you probably aren't going to find it all that often, and if you do, you're probably at the lower ranks like me. Now this could hypothetically be... I'm going to keep Dilemma because this could be some janky frontline shenanigans. This is pure ladder mythology, but I'm playing it. Okay, so this is going to be a frontline deck. I'm happy with Dilemma now. I get my MIDDLESEX very convincingly. I don't feel the need to do anything other than play Honey. If he decides to go for some crazy play, I mean, Dilemma is just pretty hilarious here. But I think I'll let that get in the front line, just because number 3 Commando makes it really sad. And then I'll probably just MI5. I mean, his deck buffs don't matter if he doesn't have any cards to play. Oh my gosh, he has so much stats. Be a shame if you couldn't use them. Oh, that's funny. He didn't read the card. I feel very comfortable just playing Order of the Day here. And then I might be playing dilemma next turn. Let's see. I want to play dilemma, Salpa Line, attack with honey maybe, and then attack with the CC and take frontline. I think that's 6 credits. Don't quote me on that. Okay, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I have another order of the day and a number 3 commando, which is equally funny. Okay, he gets his draw. But I am just kind of outscaling him with these Salpa lines. I can just kill this now and push frontline. For good measure, I'll get that garrison down so that I can get my land girls. Now I'm really curious because does let's see, in your deck, so this is in his hand, it's okay. Oh no, one of my CCs. This is perfectly fine. I'm just going to push all of this. And then I'm probably going to play double land girls. That's great. He's probably going to play USS Missouri or... Okay. Okay. He's using spot removal for my tokens, which is infamously good. This is sarcasm. Probably just play that because it's funny. I'll allow him to do something. The game is this close, guys. He almost has it. I have to be careful here because I want to play Spitfire, but I need 7 credits to do it. Pretty sure? Yep. That's just going to be really annoying for him. Oh, hold on. Cost the enemy, huh? I could have sworn it was different. But that just denies him the clean value on my CC units, as if there were clean value to be gotten off of my CC units. Cute little tech. I have another order of the day of my rescue mission now, so I feel very confident playing my Uusimaa. He's already spent 2 amphibious assaults. Jeez, trading 1 for 1 with all of these CCs is just the worst. I'll just be drawing here. I don't need to be fancy. And I think I just play my Uusimaa into a rescue mission. I don't need the front line right now. If he has a way to get rid of that Uusimaa, he will get rid of that Uusimaa. Yep. Oh. No, I get 2 Spitfires. Let's go. Now I can share wood. Okay. I frontline that Uusimaa because it deploys the token there. I already played Sherwood Foresters on it, so if he kills it, I'm getting another one. This game is firmly in the bag. That one token is dealing a lot of damage. I'm gonna dilemma this. Each of these CCs is dealing 9 damage to face, which is pretty great. I mean, if he has a board clear, he has a board clear, but I doubt that he has a board clear. There we have it. Okay, this is probably the worst matchup. Now, a little piece of advice I gave for this deck for someone else to play was just to mulligan as if you're playing against Japan Control. And that generally holds true, because if you're playing against Japan ANZAC aggro, you're basically dead. But if you're playing against Japan ANZAC aggro, you definitely have a chance. You have more than a chance, especially if you mulligan into it. This is as good as a hand as any. Okay, so this is not Japan ANZAC aggro. It's probably some Sebe nonsense. The board clear will come in very handy here. I probably do play Middlesex, just to deny the face damage immediately. I can play Garrison into a Honey next turn. I really want to get a clean Order of the Day Salpa Line in order to start clearing his stuff. Okay. This is very fine that Honey is probably living. I mean, he could have spot removal for it. That's not the end of the world. He doesn't seem super burn focused so far. He could still be playing Yokosuka. He probably is because Yokosuka is really good. Okay. Both of these getting played is very good. It's a big telegraph, and I'm very comfortable playing Order of the Day. If he clears it, good. If he doesn't, also good. I have another Order of the Day into Salpa Line. That's just fine. In fact, probably better, because it gives me a very clear shot against him. He might just be playing expansion here because he's very ambitious. I doubt he's getting the front line again, though. He goes for face damage, which is an interesting play. I just don't feel threatened by this board at all. Like, if I draw an Uusimaa here, I just win. So maybe I just play off of that. I'm not sure what he has other than maybe Bonsai. I think Bonsai is 6 credits now. I'm not sure. Kills my honey, whoop-de-doo. I have a Frontline of CC. This is very okay. I probably prioritize clearing his units, just because I know he's going to be playing Sebe. Oh, he trades the first 106. Let's go. So he hasn't gotten Sebe yet. He's fishing though. Okay. I really want to play Sherwood, but I really do not want to disrupt my draw here. So I think I probably just don't do a whole lot. I either don't want to get Bonsai, or I don't want to get Sebe. So just playing smart is usually the best call in this situation, at least. This is very good now. That's hilariously mid. He sees the wave after wave. I'm not sure what this play is. I'm just gonna frontline that, because he's flanking the token down anyway. This is perfect. Now, this isn't ideal if he has, man, he really is not drawing that Sebe. This isn't ideal if he does have Bonsai. That's okay. It's such a non-issue on this board right now. Oh, he gets the front line! Whoa. I think I play Monty here. I'm going to be playing Monty into Land Girls, because I just want my Uusimaa so I can close this game out. Okay. And he surrenders for whatever reason. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. This has been a very fun deck that I've had, I'd say, way too much success with. If you want the deck, it'll be in the description. Thank you all for watching, and see you later.